Game Week 11 is just around the corner, so it's time to go through my team selection heading into it. So if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. With all that being said, let's just get straight into the team. So starting off in goal then, and where else to look than David Raya if you are a David Raya owner. As tempting as it may be to have Dubravka away at West Ham, West Ham look like they have turned a corner, and I don't think in any normal world we will be dropping David Raya, especially away to Sunderland. I think it will be a difficult game for them. Sunderland are in really good form, and they've showcased themselves really well in the Premier League since getting promoted, but we've got to have faith in the most highest performing team in the league so far. I will then be doubling up, obviously, with Gabriel, the most essential defender and maybe the most essential player outside of Erling Haaland in the league this season, averaging 11 points over the last 5 games. It's been a really, really impressive run from Gabriel. Maybe the clean sheet will go this week. Like I say, Sunderland full of confidence, but you can never rule out those attacking returns with Gabriel. So very confident with them two going forward. I don't think we can look anywhere else. I will also have Chris Richards then in with Brighton at home. It's not the worst fixture in the world. I'm pretty happy with that. Potential for DEFCON. He's one of the better players for DEFCON, so I'll be hoping he can get that as well. It's all whether they can hold off the really informed Danny Welbeck for Brighton. Then finally, a player who I really like going into this weekend is Reece James. I've said in previous videos this week, Wolves at home I think is the choice fixture in the league at the moment. The one team you want to be playing, and Chelsea at home. So Reece James, if he's playing in that defensive midfield role, maybe he can get some assists. He can even get those assists from right back if he starts there, but I would certainly be expecting clean sheet points from him. Maybe I can get a cheeky attack and return. I feel like Chelsea have a lot of goals in them going into this game, so that's my hope. I do then have 2 players on the bench which would have been tempting to start as well. First off is Joe Rodon away at Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest obviously very poor this season. Minor signs of life with Sean Dyche taking over. So it would be very tempting to try Leeds away at Nottingham Forest and try Joe Rodon in the starting lineup with DEFCON potential and a little bit of attacking return as well this season. But I didn't really want to choose him over any of the any of the defenders I have already. The other obvious choice there is Marco Senesi, my other player on the bench. Away at Villa, I think that'll be a tough fixture defensively for them. I think the clean sheet will get wiped. That's why I certainly do have him on the bench, even though he is the DEFCON king. But I'm not really playing the DEFCON this week. I've got 3 defenders which I feel have potential for clean sheets, and better potential for clean sheets than Senesi at Bournemouth. So I'm playing the clean sheets over the DEFCON points. So then we go into the midfield then, and first up I've got Bukayo Saka away at Sunderland. I really like this fixture for Bukayo Saka. I feel like Arsenal played so well, surely they'll get on the score sheet. And with Victor Gyökeres out, if there was any doubt before, I think it's 100% nailed now. Bukayo Saka should be on penalties. And with him being injured as well, I feel like he's going to have to step up and make that game all about him. And that's what I'll be hoping for in that game. Next up then, I have Iliman Ndiaye then, who is yellow flagged, but news released in the press conference that it is believed he will be fit and he will be fine to face Fulham at home. He was obviously the one I had my eye on for a potential automatic sub. I wanted to start a player like Ndiaye, especially off the back of a goal against Sunderland, and then I would have Rodon jumping in if Ndiaye was unfit to play. But it does sound like he'll be fit to play, and I'm happy to go ahead with him. Also should be on penalties as well. Then Antoine Semenyo. It's been a bit of a, I won't say a rough patch, but a slower patch for him as of late. As I look into his stats here, it's 2 blanks in a row after his last, which was an assist against Crystal Palace. I do fancy him to get back at it against Aston Villa. I don't necessarily fancy the Aston Villa clean sheet, and just like I don't fancy the Bournemouth clean sheet. I think there'll be goals at both ends in this game, and I feel like it's a sort of game where Anton Semenyo can thrive, certainly on the counter, as he's such a impressive counter-attacking, powerful, pacey player. I feel this game will suit him pretty well. Then I've also got Moises Caicedo, who I really want to start. Like I say, targeting that Wolves fixture at home. He actually got another attacking return on his last time out with an assist, a good old 10-pointer, which helped my team and helped me towards those 91 points I achieved last week. He was a big part of that. Obviously, we don't really buy Caicedo for his attacking threat. I'm not sure how sustainable it is, but I'm going to ride it out for as long as it takes, and especially with Wolves at home next, Burnley away after that. I can't see Caicedo going anywhere at the moment, but a certainty in this team. And then the last bench spot is a midfielder, and it's Tierney Reinders, who I have firmly in that last place as well. He's a player that this week I would consider getting rid of. There are no plans for transfers as of right now. If there was a plan for a transfer, it would be Reinders out. He's a player I really want to get rid of, but I don't see it as a priority because he is pretty much firmly on my bench every week. So he's not, I wouldn't call it an essential transfer. So I'd rather save up those transfers, get a bit more information. And I've also got the transfers in the bank if something like a couple of injuries hit my team. I feel that's the more sensible play. Let's move on to the attack. So the attack then, and up first we got Nick Voltemade. After 2 blanks in a row from him, I'll be hoping he can get back on track away at Brentford. And I feel it's a game that Newcastle can get some goals in as well. I think they've got a really good target man in Nick Voltemade. He's shown since he joined the Premier League what he can do. I think this is just a mini blip, nothing to read into. I think he'll be back amongst the Premier League goals against Brentford, if not very soon. So very happy playing Voltemade in that fixture. Next up, Erling Haaland, and he does actually have the captaincy at the moment, which you'd be a brave man not to put it on Haaland. The only sort of caveat to that is that it is Liverpool at home. And if there's ever a game that maybe you might go against Haaland, this could be it. But the fact that Manchester City are at home, the form Erling Haaland's showing, he can score at just about anybody. Liverpool are showing signs of life, and also with 2 clean sheets in a row in all competitions, there is potential for him to make this very difficult for Manchester City. But I just feel that Haaland will get a chance in this game or two. And when he does, I just feel he will take it. And even if it's just a 1 goal, I think that warrants the captaincy for me. You know, he could get some bonus points on top of that. It could end up with 8-9 pointer. And is there anybody there that I feel is going to definitely get anywhere near 8 or 9 points? I can't bank on anybody else. Maybe the next player I talk about in Jean-Philippe Mateta, maybe Bukayo Saka. But the reason that I'm put off by Bukayo Saka is just how well Sunderland have played so far this season. I don't think Arsenal will go there and have it all their own way. I think just like Newcastle, these northeast clubs, the crowd really get behind them. They have fantastic atmospheres up there, and I think they will make it really difficult for Arsenal. So I don't fully trust the captaincy on Saka. And I don't feel like I need to take a risk off such a great 91 points last week. I've got a team which I'm very happy with in terms of fixtures going into this game week. So I don't feel a need to risk the captaincy. I will just stick with Haaland, as he is capable of just about anything. Moving on then to Jean-Philippe Mateta in the last striker spot. Probably the second best striker to own in Fantasy League after Erling Haaland. Certainly the second best XG in terms of strikers after Erling Haaland. And Brighton at home. I think there's a lot of goals to be conceded by Brighton. They're not the greatest defence at all. So I think this is a game for Jean-Philippe Mateta, particularly at home as well. Those of you that own Sarr as well, you should be lucky. I think he'd be a great asset to have this week as well, but I have that option to take Reinders out and upgrade to Sarr. I have the money to do it, but like I say, I will be standing firm on no transfers in that way. So there we go then, that's my team selection for Game Week 11, the last game week before the final international break of the year. Once we finally get that out of the way, we're going to have a good long extended period of Premier League and of FPL. So make sure you subscribe for all the videos upcoming for the remainder of the season. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button if you did enjoy it, and otherwise, good luck in Game Week 11. Enjoy the international break, and I will catch you on the other side.